Hi everybody, welcome to Flosstube number 27. Today I want to come to you and show you a couple finishes that I have this week and also share, of course, a little history tidbit and tell you about what's going to be happening the next couple of weeks. That's going to be lots of fun and super exciting. So, before I get started with my finishes, I do want to say thank you. Thank you to those of you who come back every week and watch. I love reading your comments. I appreciate all the likes. And I also want to say thank you and welcome to our new subscribers. We had a lot of new subscribers join this last week, so I really appreciate that. And if you have friends who aren't watching yet, please share. We are getting so close to 2,000 subscribers. And when we hit that magic number of 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away 2 gift certificates to my local L&S Stitcher's Garden. And so that will be lots of fun and something to look forward to. So share about the channel. If you have not subscribed yet, go down below, hit subscribe and the bell button so that way you receive notifications anytime that I upload a new video. I hope you guys had a chance this last week. I uploaded it yesterday, a quick video. I think it's maybe 3.5 minutes long. Little video tour of my sewing room. And it was just fun to put together. I appreciate all your sweet comments about it. And yes, it is hard to leave. This is kind of like my mom teases me. She said, this is my woman's version of a man cave. And it is. This is kind of my retreat. I can come up here. It's usually nice and quiet and just usually just a fun place to come and get some work done. So I do enjoy it. And thank you for your sweet, sweet comments. All right. Sewing room finishes. Since I was kind of in that mood of, you know, the sewing room's finished, I've got it organized, I think I need some new things up in the sewing room. And the last floss tube, I showed you a board that I bought and I loved it. And my original intent when I picked this board up from Hobby Lobby was that I would do seasonal, something seasonal on it because I could switch it out really easy. Well, I showed the board, then I showed a new pattern I got, which is a hands-on design pattern, and it's resting stitch face, and I just thought this was a hoot. My mom has given me a hard time about this pattern. She said, Jennifer, that poor girl on that picture is not very attractive, but I just think it's so cute. I love it, and I really wanted this in my sewing room. So I changed the colors up a little bit, and I'll have my color changes listed below because I wanted it to really match what I have in my sewing room. I have a lot of blacks and reds in my sewing room, and so I wanted more of those colors to kind of pop on this design. But that would be an easy change for you. You could change the colors up to match whatever your sewing room theme is. And so it wasn't hard to do, but I'll share what color changes I did. So let me show you that really quick. I love it. This was the board. Now, it had a jute rope here that came out this hole, and I just cut that off because I'm going to use it just sitting on one of my file cabinets. And then the back already had this little easel. I didn't have to paint it. I didn't have to do anything to it. It already had the little clip. All I did was once I finished this portion is just clip it on the board, and it's ready to go. So super, super easy. I'll have the item number listed below. It was $17.99. It was in the Shut the Door collection. That's what it honest to goodness says on here, Shut the Door collection. And I know I did not pay $17.99. You know how they run weekly specials. I'm sure I paid 40% off or 50% off of this. So let me hold it back where you can kind of see it a little bit better. What I did was add more of the red and the black to the stitch piece. I made her hair just a little bit darker so it kind of matched mine. And then I mounted it on sticky board. I took another piece of sticky board just a little bit bigger, used some black and white check, put it on a diagonal and mounted it. And then I had this little tiny black dot. So that was the third sticky board. And then I added the red pom-pom around the outside edge and then just clipped it on. Then for the top, I just made a fluffy bow using some red, black, and I did a little bit of yellow to kind of pull this yellow color out. And then I actually had this on a pin stuck in one of my tomatoes, and I just thought it needed to be in the bow. So that was a quick finish. It wasn't a hard stitch either, even with me changing the colors. I worked on this during the evenings this past week. During the day, I was busy getting the initial project bags finished and ready to be mailed. So I just stitched on it in the evenings and was able to finish it this week. So cute project, fun to stitch, great thing for a sewing room. So hopefully I'm enabling some of you to go out and get this design. And I'll have the name of it down below as well. So that was my first finish. Now my second finish this week is not a cross stitch. It's something for my sewing room, but it's not cross stitch. When I was in Hobby Lobby, I saw this aisle with cute little teapots. Now I got the white one, but they had other colors as well. I think they had like an aqua or kind of a tealish color one, but I wanted the white to go up here in my sewing room. And I thought, this looks like something I need to do a pincushion in. And so I bought some red roving, and I got a whole packet of that at Hobby Lobby. I think it's $1.99. And it's back by where the DMC thread and the linen and all of that is located, or that's where it's at in my Hobby Lobby. They have all different colors, so you could get whatever color you want. I got the felting needles. They come 5 to a packet for like $5.99. It's a very inexpensive little project, and it's fun to do. I like to sit now. Some people get very extravagant needle felting kind of projects. I just do pincushions. I haven't advanced to the other level where they make little animals and critters and all that kind of thing. I just do pincushions, but it's so relaxing, and it's something I can do while I'm watching TV. I can just sit and punch. The only thing, let me give you a word of advice. I would get a piece of foam or a rolled up towel. You want something between you and the needle, because I can be watching a TV program and I'm just felting, and all of a sudden, if I'm not careful, I'll poke myself. And those needles are super sharp. So be sure, if you're needle felting and watching TV, be sure you have something on your lap in between you and the needle. It came with a little lid. So cute little project to just sit. I've already got some little counting pins in it, and I finished it in like an hour. So super easy and fun to do. Those were my 2 finishes this week. Now I have a couple other finishes that I want to share with you. And these I stitched quite a while back. The first one, my husband and I went to Scotland, oh goodness, back in 2019, I believe it was, and loved it. Well, of course, I had to have a project bag to take with me on my trip. And I stitched this little pattern, and I am so sorry. I'd have to dig it out. I can't remember who. I think it might have been a Tiny Modernist, but it was just Scotland. It has the thistles. It has this little row of colorful houses. There's Nessie, and then of course the castle, because there's castles everywhere in Scotland. So that was my bag that I took several years ago. Then I thought I have to have one for this trip, because this trip is a girls' trip. There's 6 of us that are going. We all like to stitch and we all like to travel, so it's just lots of fun. We've had this trip planned since May of 2020. We were supposed to go then, and we planned it. We started planning the trip a couple of years before that. And of course, we all know what hit in May of 2020, COVID. And so we thought, well, we'll just move it to 2021. Surely there won't be any issues. We'll just go next year, and this will all be behind us. It'll be done. It'll be fine. Well, 2021 rolled around, and guess what? We're still in the middle of a pandemic. So we had to cancel our trip again. Finally, it's happening. I'm leaving tomorrow. So I know you guys can't tell how excited I am, but the trip is finally happening. Well, since we're all stitchers, some of us decided we needed a project bag to take with us. And it's kind of an Outlander theme trip. We're spending a few days in Edinburgh first. We're flying out tomorrow, and we'll get there, of course, Thursday morning, bright and early. And we will be in Edinburgh till Monday. And that's kind of just on our own, just to see the things that there are in Edinburgh. Lots of historical places. It's a fun city to visit. So if you ever get a chance, I highly recommend it. It's just a great place to go. Then our tour guide, Neil, is picking us up Monday from our hotel, and he's going to be our chauffeur. We're going to go all over Scotland to all these different Outlander sites. So bless his heart. And I mean that in a very good way. He should be eating Wheaties this week because he's got 6 women that he's going to have to carry all over Scotland and show us all these sights. But he has been such a good sport. He's FaceTimed with our whole little group a couple times, so we all would have a chance to get to know him, and he would have a chance to get to know us. And we're all looking forward to it. But anyway, here's my Outlander theme project bag. I used a Fraser tartan, and it's been so long now, I can't remember what the pattern was, but I got it off Etsy. It was just a stag head, and then we charted the words, and I will probably butcher this, just we pray. And that's just a saying, if you're an Outlander fan, you know where that comes from. Then this started out as a scissor fob, and I decided, no, I wanted it to be a zipper pull. So I have a key, which represents the key to Lollybrock. I have a dragonfly. There's a little piece of amber, and then a few what looks like Scotch pearls. So that's my Outlander themed pull. Now let me show you what I got inside. See what I'm taking to Scotland to stitch on. Now I'm bad because I will take far more than I'll ever get stitched, but I need choices because I'm not sure what I'll be in the mood to stitch. The first thing I have in my bag, I found this at Stitcher's Garden. It folds flat, so it's easy to pack, but you just snap the corners, and I'm just going to snap two sides so that way you can get the idea without me having to take the whole thing. And it makes a neat little tray. This helps so much when I'm traveling because here at home, I have my little stitching nest. I know where everything's at, everything has a spot, and it's easy for me to keep up with what I'm stitching and working on, whether it's up here or if it's downstairs in the evenings. But when I'm traveling, I don't have my stitching nest, and so I'm more likely to lose something. So I take this. It holds all my stitching supplies, so it doesn't matter where I'm at, I've got everything put together. So it's a great little tool that I love to carry with me, and it doesn't take up any room. All right, then I'm taking my Beam and Read light. Now, I did not put any batteries in mine. You just put it around your neck, you can turn that up and it comes on, because I could put batteries in it and it would work, but there's no need. I have an adapter, and this will plug into a USB port. So on the plane, I just plug it into the USB port at my seat. In my hotel room, if I'm wanting to stitch in the evenings, my adapter has a built-in USB port. So I can plug it in straight into my adapter, and I'm good to go as well. It's a nice long cord, so even if my adapter's a little ways away from where I'm sitting, I should be able to plug it in with no problem. So definitely have to have a light. Very easy to transport. So that's in my bag. Now I'm going to show you, this is the little bag. I got this off of Etsy too, so if you're an Outlander fan, you might want to order one. I did add the little pull, but just says Sassenach, because that's a smaller piece to put in my tote on the plane. My project bag will go in my carry-on suitcase. And y'all, I have to tell you, I'm going to brag just a moment. I was determined. I'm going for 2 weeks in a carry-on with a tote. And I kept thinking, I can do this. I'm going to watch all these YouTube videos on how to pack, and I can do this. And I did. I got it all in there. I packed, probably over a week ago. And I told our little group, I said, okay, I nearly had to sit on it to get it to close. So we're going to see how good this zipper is on the suitcase. If it holds between now and when we leave, I'm good to go. If I blow the zipper, then I'm going to have to rethink my packing. But it held. I'm all good. So I'm excited. But big project bag will go in my suitcase. This will go in my tote. I have my hoop. I have to have my clover hoop because I use that hoop for everything. I have this little pair of travel scissors. I have traveled all over with these. They go through security. There's no problem, or I've never had a problem in the past. Hopefully I won't have a problem now. And then I have a little Scotland scissor fob. I am taking, and you all say prayer that they don't confiscate these. I went back on the website to see what can you carry as far as scissors on a plane. Well, I knew I've done these and not had any issues, but I love my tartan Sajou scissors. And according to the websites, even for international flights, you look at the pivot point. And so that's where this is opening. Right there's my pivot point. The blade cannot be any longer than, I think it's 4 inches. Well, that's maybe 1.5 inches. So I'm good to go. So I'm taking those just because they're one of my favorite scissors. I have a needle minder, of course, Outlander theme. I have a little Orc container that matches my project bag. This folds up flat. It's easy to carry with me. I can snap the corners. And I have an Orc container. So perfect. I can use it on the plane. I can use it in my room, wherever I want to be, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to unsnap that. Put it back in my bag. Making lots of noise here. I have some little clips in case I want to clip up some of my extra fabric. I have a tape measure. Whoops, my scissors are sticking to it. I have a little needle book with lots and lots of extras because sometimes I've been known to lose a needle and I don't want to be over there without a needle. And that's all I have in there except my project. So this is what I kitted up to stitch on the plane. I thought it would be easy. It's one color. It is on linen. Usually I try and take Ada to stitch on the plane just because it's easier on my eyes, but I think this will be okay. It's actually a fabric by Stephanie, and it's called Fraser's Ridge. Of course, the Outlander theme again. It's a pretty kind of a green color. Let me take my thread out because I know it's hard to see in there. Well, sorry guys, I've got this taped up good. Here we go. Maybe. And hopefully you can see it's kind of purples and greens. It's just a variegated. This is a water lilies thread. And it's on a little thread winder. Mary Susan got all our little group, some tartan thread winders. And then the pattern is one that I picked up when my husband and I went. We stayed on Olive Sky for a few days, and they actually had a little cross stitch shop. And so it's just a little thistle. It's not a huge design, all one color, so it should be easy to do on the plane. So that's what I've got kitted up to stitch on the plane. And that's going in my little bag. Then I have 2 more projects that I'm planning on stitching if I get a chance. One of them is a Scottish sample. It's by Lottie Da. And for that fabric, this is called Jamie's Kilt. It's kind of a brown with a little bit of green in it. And then these are the colors as well. I just love those little thread winders. And then my other kit is one that I picked up at the same little cross stitch shop on Olive Sky. It's called Highland Croft. And it's just a sweet little design. It's not huge. And I'm just going to use what came with the kit. It's an Ada, but it's really pretty. I don't know if you can tell or not. It's kind of a variegated. It's got different shades of blues and whites. And then the threads are really pretty colors as well. So it's got the little Croft house down in the valley. This looks like Glencoe to me. So if you've ever been to Scotland, kind of up in the Highlands, that's exactly what it looks like to me. So this is just a good reminder of the trip. So those are my 2 other kits that I'm taking with me. So that's my stitching bag. Now, I do want to share, I have to have a little lesson. So here's my lesson for today. I'm looking to see what I did with it. I don't have a picture. Sorry. Google and see Urn Brew. It is a type of soft drink that's found in Scotland. Now, our little group, we've all talked. What is our bucket list item? Like when we go somewhere, we want to make sure, because there's 6 of us, that we all have a chance to do or see the thing that we just associate with Scotland. So my wish list on this trip was to see a Highland coo, a hairy coo. It's their cattle. And I know you've probably seen pictures. They have the long hair. They just look like a big teddy bear. I used to show cows when I was in high school and college. Loved it. I mean, most people had pet dogs. I had pet cows. I mean, they were named. I could brush them. I gave them baths. I mean, I love cows. So I went to see a hairy coo up close and personal. When my husband and I went, we only saw a few and they were way off in the distance. So I went to see one up close and get some really good pictures. And our guides assured us we're going to see some this time. So I've got my fingers crossed. So that was my wish list item. But I cannot wait to get back over there and have a bottle of Urn Brew. I've had some in Ireland, I've had some on Isle of Man, and I've had some in Scotland, and it is so yummy. Now, I'm a little concerned. I've been off of soft drinks for several months now. And there's been a time or two that I've like had a splurge trip and thought, I'm going to have a Dr. Pepper because they were my weakness. And they're just too sweet. So I'm kind of worried. I'm looking forward to having the Urn Brew, but I hope it doesn't taste so sweet that I can't enjoy it. So I've got my fingers crossed that I can enjoy one. They look like an orange Fanta. And so the first time I tasted one, I thought it's going to taste like an orange Fanta, but it didn't. And I'm not even sure how to describe the taste. I've told our little group, I said, you guys have to try one when we're over there because they are so yummy. But I can't describe what it tastes like. It's just a very unique flavor. To me, it's like a cross between cream soda, cotton candy, vanilla. I can't even describe it. It's just a very sweet, yummy taste. It's called Scotland's second national drink. Anybody want to guess what the first drink is? It's whiskey. Now, we are doing a whiskey tasting because we're in Scotland. We have to sample it and taste it and see what it's like in the different areas. But Urn Brew is what I'm really looking forward to. So that's a trip that we're going to have to experience. The other crew is going to have to take a taste. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here in case that's what you're wondering. It is a safeguarded recipe. Now, this is a fact I didn't realize. It said that only 3 people in the entire world know the recipe. Like they won't give it out even to the employees. Only these 3 people know what actual ingredients are in the Urn Brew. Now, I'm not sure. I guess when they age or maybe they're getting ready to retire or something, then they share it to somebody else. But as of this moment, only 3 people know what's actually in the drink. It said that it is considered a hangover cure. Now, I'm not planning on having any hangovers, so I probably won't need it for that. But, so something that's in it, I guess, helps with that. It is the #1 selling Scottish soft drink. It was started in 1901. So if you guys ever get over there, try it and then let me know what you think. So hopefully I'll get our crew to sample it and give me their thumbs up or thumbs down after they taste it. So anyway, just a few trivia facts about Urn Brew in Scotland. Now, let me show you what my whip is this past week. I put my new Scottish sampler up that I'm charting because I just really wanted to focus on it. And I felt like this week I was super busy packing, getting ready for my trip, finishing the initial project bags. There was just a lot going on and I wanted to focus when I'm charting it. So I picked up one that I've already charted and actually got some more stitching in on it. So I know I've shown this one before. I'll show it again in case you weren't watching or missed that one. This is by Jessie Monroe in 1868 was when this was stitched. And I love this part. It says Jessie Monroe sewed this. Bathgate, 1868. Now, when I first got this and looked at it, I thought, well, this looks like a light gray or maybe a pale, pale lavender color until I turned it over because like I've told you guys before, I'm more of a purist. I want to reproduce it as close to the original as I can. And on a lot of the antique samplers, you need to unframe them so that way you can see the back. That's been protected from sunlight, from fading, and see what the actual color was. So if I flip this over, look at that purple. Doesn't look anything like it looks on the front. It's a beautiful purple on the back. What amazed me, I think of red as being a color that fades easy, but this red did not. I mean, it looks the same on the front as it does the back. Same thing for the green. So whatever they used to dye the red and the green really held together. The purple, not so much. So I have kitted it up, and I'll show you what I've got done so far. Please excuse my wrinkles. This has been a fun one to work on because it's got some Algerian eyelets, which I kind of like to stitch those. They're kind of fun to stitch. And if you'll notice, there's a couple of different colors. There's this color green, and then there's some of the letters down below that are going to be this darker green. So right now, just seeing that one in the dark green kind of makes my OCD go a little bit nuts, but that's the way it was stitched, so I'm going to stitch it the same way. So that's my whip. Now, I'm not going to take this one with me, though. I thought about it, but when I'm stitching a model, I like to have my original with me because I keep checking. I go back and forth. I look at what I'm stitching and I compare it to my original, and sometimes I don't have to make a change. But then there are times that I think, well, I don't know. I think I need to tweak it just a little bit. And I don't want to take my antique sampler with me to Scotland. So I'm just going to wait. When I get home, I can work on it a little bit more. So that's my whip that I've been working on. Now I have a little bit of haul that I want to show you. I didn't do a lot of shopping this week because I had just a busy week, but I did get a little bit of ordering done. The first thing that I want to show you is something from one of our Violets and Verses girls, Cheryl Howard. She has started a new business. Cheryl used to teach home economics. And Cheryl, if you're watching, that's what I called it when I went to school. I think now they call it something else, but I called it home economics. So Cheryl retired, and she has now started a business on Etsy, and it is called, I'm looking, Cheryl, so I don't say it wrong, Stitching Frills. I want to say Stitching Thrills, and I know that's not it. So Stitching Frills, and I'll have that listed below. She makes some beautiful project bags where she takes antique handkerchiefs and she'll monogram. I think she will even do special orders. But beautiful project bags. She makes little other cases and bags to go with them so you could have like a whole matching set. I love strawberries, and I had a little spot that I wanted some, but I didn't want to have to take time to make them just yet, but I wanted them up there. So I ordered this from Cheryl. She shipped it super quick. I got it. It's adorable. It has this little bow, which matches my sewing room, and these cute, cute strawberries. So I have them. I can lay up on my shelf, and I'm good to go. And then I have to show you what else she did. She sent this sweet little bag with some extra little strawberries in it as a thank you. Isn't that sweet? So I'm going to have to use those in a finish. I've been looking at some strawberry stitching designs, so I haven't picked anything out yet, but I've got these ready when I do to use to finish. So I'll have Cheryl's information about her Etsy shop below, so please go check it out. Great. She's just so talented. She also is the one who stitched my little violet pincushion that I take with me. I told her, I said, you didn't realize when you made this for me that these violets would be traveling with me everywhere I go. So the violets are already packed in my purse. They're ready to go to Scotland too. And Cheryl will have to keep up with where they're at. And you too, if you guys have not joined my Facebook page, go in and join Violets and Verses. And I will post my adventures each day that I'm in Scotland. And when I get home, I will do a drawing from people who have commented below the picture for that day, a little prize from Scotland. So I will bring back a goodie for each day that I'm gone and draw for those prizes when I get back home. So do go over and join so you can participate in all the fun. See Cheryl's cute little violet pincushion that I take with me. I also ordered, and this isn't the first thing I've ordered from April Taylor, but she has an Etsy shop, and it's called Homestead Needleworkes. And isn't this the cutest little red board? I've got some little sewing tomato designs that I picked up at market that I'm waiting to stitch and put on these. And so I'm not sure when I'll get to them, but I've got the boards ready. I got 2 of these in the mail. And April too, she packages her stuff so cute, and I can order it and it's here within the week. So thank you, April, for being so quick and just making it look cute when it comes. So thank you for that. So those were my 2 purchases this week. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot of time to shop this week, but that's okay. I'll make up for it when I'm on my trip, I'm sure. Trying to see what else I have here. I showed you my packed bag. I've got the giveaways. Who do we have win last week? We had 4 giveaways last week. The giveaway number 1 was for the board, the United States board, like my finish was on. And the winner of that is Sandy Walker. So congratulations, Sandy. The second giveaway was this little IKEA bag and a package of needles, because I thought this would be so cute to carry your needles in. And it comes with a little clip. You could clip it on your project bag or whatever and keep up with your needles. And the winner of that is Christine. And it just says Christine in the comments. So Christine, if that's you, let me know your information. Prize number 3 is for this little extra set of Bowen Stork scissors, and that winner is Rebecca Koski. So Rebecca, congrats. And then the final giveaway was a counting pen and a needle minder. And the winner of that is the 1952 Trouble. So those of you that were winners from last week, if you will either message me on Facebook or email me, I'll have the email link down below, your mailing address as soon as I return home, because I'm going to leave early in the morning. So already a fair warning, it will be when I return home that I'll get these out in the mail to you. But just be sure, send me your information, and I will get those posted to your house as quick as I get back home. Now, let me show you what I have to give away this week. I kind of went with an Outlander theme this week because that's kind of our trip. So I have 4 giveaways that I think you'll like. Giveaway number 1 is a cross-stitch bookmark. And it just says Sassenach, and it's got Lollybrock, a little stag, the ship, and it just looks like some leaves, a dragonfly, and then some standing stones at the top. And it has everything in it you need to finish it. That's number 1. Number 2 is the Standing Stones key ring, and it has everything in the kit that you need. Kit 3 is a little Scottish thistle key ring, which you could use it as a scissor fob, and it has everything you need in it as well. And then giveaway number 4, I have a pair of the little travel scissors like I use, and that's giveaway number 4. So just comment down below. I'll draw our winners from those of you that leave a comment and get these sent when I get back. I'll announce the winners the next floss tube, and I'll get those sent out as well. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. We are getting, like I said, very close to 2,000 subscribers. I'd love to give away some gift certificates to Stitcher's Garden when I get back. So tell your friends, have them come over, subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you get notifications. And just have a great week this week, guys. And follow along with the Traveling Violets, and we'll have some fun with that too. So thanks again. I appreciate each one of you, and I hope you have a blessed evening. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.